Bonjour, this is the Notorious DID. I am Valpray. I am here CoCon today for another session of our CoCon week with, that sounds really bad when I say it, but with myself, Solara, and Susanna. And I said it right again. I'm getting better. So today, the topic that I chose was something that had been asked to us by a person on TikTok. So thank you, Monique. I appreciate your coming to the TikTok live and give me things to have for topics. I appreciate this. I appreciate you and everyone who takes their time to come to our community and listen. We hope that DID awareness is flourishing with our hope, and we also hope that this can help us in so many different ways too, with each other. The topic being dating. How do I personally feel about dating and DID? For me, I have kind of given up on that subject. Dating is when there's only two parties involved, it can be complicated in the first place. We have many parties involved. We have many nationalities involved, many languages involved, many genders involved, for this matter. So even setting aside any kind of possible sexual preferences, it's a hard road to take when you have the DID and you expect another partner or person, period, to fully understand. So everybody has their own individual preferences and interests, and there's no change as far as individual people are involved. If you take several people and put them in one place and ask them the same question, do you think this person is attractive? Are you attracted to this person? They're not all going to answer with the same answer, and this is no different. Just because I may think that somebody is attractive and I may like them and I may want to date them or spend time with them, does not mean that there's a collective everybody will. And most likely everybody won't. Because to me that wouldn't make sense like I say, we've got so much of a variety of individuals and differences in their interests. I can't imagine that many people having the same like or anything like this. And this is leaving aside any of the inconvenience or confusion or even trying to put in perspective for the fact that you have children within your DID system, or littles as people like to call them. We will exclude that completely. But outside of that, for all the adults that are in your system and the difference in gender and difference in preference and differences, there's just absolutely no way that everybody's going to like, necessarily physically like, nor necessarily personality-wise like what you do. There are people that I know, not personally, but I mean that I've seen give the information that they have relationships or marriages, things like these, so that where they have DID and it works. And I am very, very happy for them. I really, really am. They have usually have smaller systems. I have noticed this. Meaning they usually have maybe 3 to, I think the most I've seen was 8, maybe 3 to 8 different alters or personality people within the system. So possibly maybe that's a bit easier because you don't have as much conflict with who you're with and things of this nature. Even with small systems like these, I have also heard of the opposite, where the party that's with them is struggling because some of their authors just cannot stand them and they argue and have problems. This is understandable to me. And our system is currently actively 51, and before we were completely in position and integrated, and well, not integrated, lack of better word, how I say, knew of each other. This is the best way to say. Before we completely knew of each other and our complete circumstance, it was still difficult because there's almost always been outside conflict from other authors and things like this. Is it impossible to have a relationship or date with having D.I.D? I don't know, to be honest, if I'm being 100% honest. It's complicated. It will always be complicated. Should the other party even have the patience or understanding to be able to deal with or cope with it? Or should your system, for that matter? Because there's going to be a lot of times that if the majority are accepting of that party, not all are accepting of that party. So there's going to be conflicts at some point, no matter what you do. Currently, I feel it's better not to do it. And I'm long-winded, so I'm going to go ahead and allow someone to give their opinion as well. And hi y'all. Valpray tell me we are talking about dating. Well, I'm not even really here enough to worry about dating or who we date or nothing like this, because I really just don't even, I'm not participating enough, I don't think, for my opinion to be there. Do I have my own preferences and people and things like that? Of course I do. Everybody does. But I can't really speak too much on the fact that this is very tiring. We have pretty much had this switching going out pretty regular for several hours, and it's very tiring. This is Solara. That was Susanna. I don't even know if she said who she was. Dating, nightmare. Nightmare. That's what I can say about dating with D.I.D. In my opinion, nightmare. If another alter starts dating someone that you don't like, or another alter starts dating somebody that is bad for the system, not physically, but mentally or anything, or maybe physically, it becomes a severe problem. And there are so many people out there that do not understand, and even if they say they're accepting and they'll date you with, I've found, in my opinion, most people that say they do not have a problem with you having DID and dating, or that they don't have a problem with dating you because, with having DID, they have an ulterior motive. This has been my experience. Personally, in my opinion, based on things that have taken place within this body, they have an ulterior motive. Of course, they are comfortable. They do not care. They don't have a problem at all with the fact that you have DID. Why is this? Because they have other goals. Their goals don't really have anything to do with long-range plans with you anyway. Their goals don't really have anything to do with dating as one would perceive dating, to go out on dates as such and learn about one another and things like that. There have mostly been people that were interested in using someone or interested in monetary values, of trying to obtain monetary values. And of course, these people, they don't care. They don't care what you have, what you don't have. They can be here today, gone tomorrow, get what they can out of it, and that's it. That may be a cynical view, but that is my view. That is the way I feel about it. I personally have substantial trust issues with people. I don't know if it's the overall preference I have had with people, but they are standardly along the same lines, not worth a shit, and very self-absorbed and out for themselves, whether it be money or whatever they can get a hold of, out for themselves and useless. No respect. Exactly. Do you see I have no respect for them? No, I do not. I have zero respect for people that are like that. Period. No respect at all for them. Our daughter is my daughter. I was in place for the longest when I had her. I was in place when I got pregnant. It was I that was the primary across the board, with only a secondary of Laura communicating with me when I was in position at that point. And I really didn't have an understanding of who Laura was or what was going on with that anyway. I just thought, you know how you have the good person that talks to you on your shoulder and the bad person that talks to you on your shoulder and things like that. And I'm just assuming, well, maybe it's that. Maybe it's got something to do with your conscience and you're working things out in your head yourself. Because me and Laura, we do not have a verbal pattern that is that different from one another. Not that different from one another. So it's not like if it had been Val, of course I would have been like, wait a minute. Who is that? And why do they sound so damn different in my head? Who is that? But I didn't have that. And so getting back to my actual opinion, yeah. I do not think that people can be trusted if they openly say they are accepting of DID in a relationship. That is my opinion. And I think it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to have more problems on the exterior side of things because you deal with so much on the interior. So I've had personal issues back when I felt I was a singular. Now I know we're plural, and there's no friggin' way I think that's going to work in any way, shape, or form, or be of any use or any good to any of us. And that includes the other party, because the other party would have to withstand an awful lot and deal with the fact that they are dealing with a lot of different people and still be okay with that. I don't think there are a lot of people in this world that would be like that. I really just don't. And I can't even imagine or fathom how easygoing you would literally have to be able to participate in that at all. I have no clue as to what type of individual that would take. But in our count and in our place and situation and circumstance, there's no way. There's no way. And that's where we stand right now. Or where I stand right now, anyway. Any damn way. Thank you for coming to see us. Appreciate it. Join our community. Subscribe. That way you can come back, keep seeing us. We appreciate that. Like, share. I apologize. You're probably hearing my phone because it's blowing up. Some idiot keeps sending me messages, and I wish they'd stop. Anyway, comment. We will answer your comments. No matter which one of us it may be, somebody will answer your comments. We do pay attention to you. We do. Hit the notification bell. You will be one of the first people to be able to see our videos as they are posted. Again, this is CodeCon week, so you will get to see us, more than one of us, in every video this week. For the Notorious DID, I am Solara. Bye.